The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Fox is sponsored by Camping World, the official RV and outdoor retailer of NASCAR. By Quaker State, tough enough for race day, tough enough for every day. By State Farm, where great coverage meets great rates. And by Sprint, get NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
You know, when you look at our top five, I mean, other than Kyle Busch, who's out there kind of in no man's land by himself, the other guys, Todd Bodine, Skinner, Hornaday, those guys are truck regulars. They're the guys that race these things every week.
And here comes Bliss right into that picture. Now one truck missing from that lead pack, Matt Crafton, who made a pit stop. They added fuel, and it looked like they cleaned the grill for Crafton, and he's back on track, but off the lead group there.
Well, we think that might be strategy, right, Larry?
Yeah. Here's what we've been told. Remember, let's go back and establish the fact that when you come to pit road, you cannot fuel the truck or change tires on the same stop. Now, I think that might have been a little bit early, but I think what they're banking on is being able to go about 44 to 46 laps on fuel based on maybe having some caution. So what that would allow them now, they only have to pit one more time for fuel. But what right now, Matt Crafton is a lap down, but he's, for the time being, he's the first truck a lap down, which would give him the free pass should we get a caution.
Well, in four out of the last 5 races, they've had a caution around 10 laps. So there may be that trend thing, Larry, where they're looking at the trends.
Still, Matt, though, his lap times are about half a second off of the race leader.
But the good news for the team, though, Mike, is the fact that the plastic bag that was on the grill that rose those water temperatures into the caution zone is off the front of that car. The truck, it was all the way across the grill. They pitted on lap 8, got it off. But the balance now is free, Dick.
Well, just about every crew chief I talked to this morning had the pit strategy of coming in on a yellow flag around lap 9, 10, 11, 12. As Darrell said, we usually have a caution flag right then. The plan was put fuel in the truck, then go to halfway or a little bit more than that, tires and fuel, and go to the end. But we're going green, so everybody's strategy is out the window. It's a whole new race for the crews.
Next, Brandon Canup takes his truck to the garage, joining Wayne Edwards, J.C. Stout, and Lance Hooper.
As I do, like Larry and I have talked about, and Larry's points to some of the races is, as I studied the trends, that 10 laps is a normal caution. 4 out of the last 5 years, we've had a caution at 10 laps. The longest green flag we've run before a caution is 42 laps. So those are things that these teams, I know it, and I'm pretty sure they probably know it too.
And the thing about it, at a 2-mile racetrack that gets these long green flag runs, you almost can never pass up an opportunity to cut, when you get a caution, to put fuel in that truck.
Lead truck in that pack is Mike Bliss, former series champion from Milwaukee, Oregon. Had great success in USAC open wheelers before coming to trucks, the Nationwide Series, and what's now the Sprint Cup Series.
When you look at those 3 trucks right there, Mike Bliss, Mike Skinner, and Ron Hornaday, that's a lot of championships right there. Mike Skinner actually won in the 5 truck the inaugural championship in the Camping World Truck Series back in 1995, driving for Richard Childress.
14 laps in, Toyota top performers in the race so far. Kyle Busch has led every lap. Todd Bodine has worked his way up to 2nd from 7th. And Mike Skinner started 5th, now running 4th. 27 of 36 trucks still running on the lead lap here in Fontana. Welcome back to Southern California, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. There's Billy Ray Cyrus up on one of the pit boxes. He sang the national anthem, decided to stick around and watch Kyle Busch run this race.
He's hanging out with Rowdy.
He knows where to hang out.
You got that right.
You know, we just completed 20 laps. Now we are absolutely in that window. We're about halfway through this fuel run. We're in that window that if you stop now, you absolutely could make it to the end of the race on one stop.
Okay, but now being relative, Larry, would you take a chance and stop under green?
Absolutely not. I think talking to some of the veteran crew chiefs in the Truck Series garage on Friday or Thursday, what they told me probably they're going to do is when they get to the fuel window where they have to have fuel, they're going to come down pit road. If it stays green, and fuel the car at the truck. You have to have fuel. You can't run. Then what they may do is let the green flag stop cycle through where they don't get burnt by a caution, come back to pit road and get their 4 tires, because the give up here is substantial. Kyle Busch's fastest lap was on lap 2 at a 41.65. He's already up in the 43s now.
Ron Hornaday dropped down to the bottom of the racetrack at start-finish, maybe just to break the draft and hop back up in line. Here he goes again, right down against the white line, battling Mike Bliss and Mike Skinner. For more on Bliss, Dick Berggren.
Well, folks who are used to watching the Camping World Truck Series, Mike, are very used to seeing trucks that are handled by Gary Showalter, crew chief today for Mike Bliss. Used to seeing those trucks run up front, and why not? Showalter has perfect attendance in this truck series. He has been to every single one of the races since the series started in 1995. He has been a crew chief in every one of those races with but a single exception. He knows his way around these trucks.
I would say he absolutely does. So we're 22 laps into this race, and we've definitely had some comers and goers throughout this race. Of course, Kyle Busch has led every single lap. But the one truck I do want to make a note of, T.J. Bell in that 11 truck, remember he had to go to the rear of the field because of an engine change, so realistically he started 35th. He is now running in the 16th position in that 11 truck.
For more, here's Kristen.
Well, the 11 of T.J. Bell got some very good news this week. Remember, he's a teammate of Johnny Benson. Johnny Benson, the series champion, racing without sponsorship. T.J. Bell has homeffortheholidays.org on the truck this week, but he also has added Vegas.com, which is a wakeboarding supplier. T.J. Bell is a big wakeboarder, so fans of the truck series, they may start wakeboarding soon.
Mike Skinner, Brian Scott battling. Scott started 13th in that number 16. He's worked his way up to 4th. Cautions out of the Camping World Truck Series race on Fox, sponsored by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. Brian Scott has spun to bring out the first caution. Dick Berggren.
And Mike Bliss is going to bring his truck in. This will be tires and adjustments to the chassis only on this stop. They will come around a second time to put fuel in it. Bliss's truck has gotten tight. They're going to adjust it. Matty.
And on the bottom screen, on Hornaday Jr., they're going to go with a double pit strategy as well. Tires this time. Hornaday's biggest issue is trying to find grip. The same thing for Badon in the upper right. Krista?
Kyle Busch wanted to leave these tires on. You know who he asked to make the call? His spotter, Jeff Dickerson. He said, Jeff, what do you think? He said, we got to get 4 tires.
Hey, that kid relies on that spotter.
He really does it in all 3 series.
Every series.
Let's show you why we're under caution. Brian Scott is battling Mike Skinner in the 5.
Brian Scott had really moved up through the field.
And this is that situation right here where this could definitely have been avoided. A little give right there would have made that not happen.
Especially this early in the race.
Yeah.
First caution of the day